In this video, I want to show you how to set up your DJI Mini 4K drone from the very beginning. I'll go step by step. I'll show you how to connect the remote to your phone, how to operate the drone, and how to change all the settings that you need to know. So let's get started right away. Step number one is to download the DJI Fly app. If you have an iPhone, you can go directly in the App Store, search for DJI Fly, and simply go and download it. If you have an Android smartphone, the app will not be available on the Google Play Store. What you need to do is to open any web browser and simply search on Google DJI Fly. Then the first link should be from DJI itself, www.dji.com, and you should see DJI Fly. Simply tap on it, go down, and select Download for Android. Select Download, and the download of the app will start. File is downloaded, simply launch it, install. Now let me show you how to unfold the drone. It's actually just a two-step process. The first step is to take this vertical piece of plastic and simply pull them towards the front of the drone. The front is where the camera is located. Turn the drone the other way and you're going to simply unfold the rear propellers this way. Now you're going to notice the camera and the gimbal are protected with this plastic piece. To remove it, you simply have to put your finger right over here and unclip it. Once you're done flying and you want to put it back to protect it, you're going to notice there is two of these prongs that you need to attach first, like so, and then you're going to bring it down and you're going to clip it. On the back of the drone, this is where you can notice a USB Type-C port. It's used so that you can charge the battery. The battery is located under this compartment. You simply have, if you have some nails, you have to stick them over here. You see there's a small slot to open the door. Then pinch the battery latch that is located right over here and pull it out. Finally, we have your SD card slot. This is where you're going to insert the SD card, where your videos and photos will be stored. Quite practical. You simply have to put it this way and make sure that it clicks in place. The controller itself will have two joysticks. They are hidden and stored on the bottom of the controller. So you just have to take them out this way and screw them in the appropriate place right over here. The phone will be inserted on the top. You're going to find a place where you can stick your finger and simply bring this bracket up. Depending on the size of the phone, you see it extends quite farther. I guess if you have a very small tablet, it may fit as well. If we take a look inside, you're going to notice that the remote has one USB Type-C port right over here, not the left one, the right one. In the box, it came with multiple cables. Depending which smartphone you have, you'll have to pick the right one. Over here, I have an Android smartphone that has a USB Type-C port. So I have picked the USB Type-C to USB Type-C cable. Connect one end of this cable in the remote. Well, let's launch the app and then we're going to place the phone inside. All right, just like that. You're going to push it with the top part of the phone and you're going to simply place it securely so that even if you shake the remote, it doesn't fly. Then connect the USB Type-C cable into the side of your phone. To turn on the remote control, you simply have to tap once on the power button and then keep it pressed until you hear that sound that it just made. You're going to get over here a small screen, simply press OK. On the app itself, press Agree. Here you can select Authorize All. Here you're not obligated to join. You can press Not Now. Now go ahead and log in into the DJI app with your account. You can press the skip button. Usually there's a skip button right over here, but this will mean that the range where you can fly the drone will be very limited. So I highly encourage you to log in into your DJI account. This is what I will do right now. If you see the app asking you the permission for the location, select while using the app and then select allow all. At this point, you're going to see this screen over here where it says connect aircraft on the lower right side. To turn on your drone, don't forget to remove the protector. You're going to press once on the power button and then you're going to keep it pressed until all the lights are lit up. Press once and keep press. Perfect. Now you can put it aside. Let's go back to the app. And on the remote, it should say, go fly. If you see one of these messages, fly safe, require update, I suggest you do the update before pressing go fly. Any updates needs to be installed before, so everything goes well. And as you see, it was quite quick. So now let's go and press go fly. Press OK. And we are now on the main screen where you're going to see what the drone is seeing in real time. Now I will show you how to fly the drone, but before that, let me give you a tour of all the buttons on the remote control and all the settings on the app itself, because it's important to understand them before taking the drone up in the air. So right in the middle of the remote, you're gonna notice you have Cine mode, normal mode, and sport mode. This mode can also be seen on the app on the top left corner right over here. What it means basically is that Cine mode will make all the controls work more smoothly because it's made to be cinematic. You don't want to have any jerkiness. Normal mode will make the drone slightly faster than in Cine mode, and it will introduce some, again, jerkiness, especially if you're flying fast. Finally, you have sport mode, and as it says over here, obstacle sensing will be turned off every time you go in sport mode, which means that the sensor under your drone will not be active, so you can actually crash the drone on a flat surface because it will not detect it. But at the same time, sports mode will also be that your drone will be very quick and the controls will also be very sensible. So any small movement will cause the drone to go quite quickly in the direction you point. I don't suggest you use sport mode until you're comfortable with the other modes. So let me put it in Cine mode. Then you have the return home button. You see there's an H with an arrow. If at any point you want the drone to come back home at where it took off, well, you can press this button and as it says, it will bring automatically the drone at that spot. Then you have the joystick. These I will demonstrate once the drone is in the air so you understand better visually what they do in real time. On the left side, we have a button called FN. And if you press this button, what it does is that the camera of the drone over here will point down right away. Okay, let me press on it again to cancel this mode. So you see right now the camera is pointing straight where the drone is going. If I press on it, it will point down to the ground directly. On the right side of the remote control, we have this button which will switch between video mode and photo mode. So right now I'm in video mode, and if I press once on it, I'll be in photo mode. As you see over here, I'm recording JPEGs. So you can switch quickly between these two modes. If we turn the remote this way, you're gonna notice you have a small wheel, and this will change the angle of the camera. So right now it's going down, and now I can put it up. So you can change the angle of the camera up and down. And finally, we have the record button on the right side. Once you want to start recording a video or taking a photo, depending in which mode you are, you can press this button and it will do it. So let me show you. Right now I'm in video mode. I press on it and you see a small timer over here. It starts recording. Press again and it will stop recording. So these were the buttons directly on the remote control, but you have a lot more options on the screen of your phone. So if we start on the lower left side, you're going to see a map icon. If you tap on that icon, it will show you Google Maps with a point where your drone is currently flying. So you can find it on a map in case, let's say, it's out of your sight. You can also press this icon on the lower right side and it will show you a compass. Right beside it, the first number over there will be the height at which your drone is currently flying. And below, how far it is from you in meter, but you can change this in feet if you're living in the US or other countries using the imperial system. If we switch over here on the lower right side corner, we can see how much space it's left on the SD card. So on my SD card, I can record 7 hours and 51 minutes currently. This will change depending at which resolution it's recording, and that resolution, you can see it right beside it. Right now it's full HD 1080p at 30 frames per second, but if I tap on it, I can switch this and put this in 4K, which will give you the best result, but at the same time you'll be able to record less. As you see right now, I can only record 2 hours and 44 minutes. Then we have EV. If you tap on it, you can change the exposure, so you can make the scene brighter, or if you find it too bright, you can lower the brightness this way. Otherwise, we have this icon where it says auto with a camera. This is to switch between auto mode and pro mode. So if I tap on it now, it will switch to pro mode, which will be able to edit the shutter speed, the ISO, the white balance, many camera settings that maybe you don't even know what they mean. So for most people, simply leave the camera to auto. The camera itself will do the best it can to give you the perfect image quality. Then right above, you're gonna see this play sign. This is to see all the footage that got filmed. So if I tap on it, you're gonna see I only have one footage, the one I shoot just a few seconds ago, and you can visualize them there. These footage are on the SD card on the drone, not on your phone yet. You can download it by pressing this download icon, you see, so it gets downloaded in the memory of your phone so you can share them. Otherwise, we have 1x. This is for the zoom. You tap on it, it will zoom in at 2x. Press again, it will be at 1x. Then we have the record button. You can press it over here, or you can use the button the way I showed you. It does the same thing. This over here is to switch between video mode and photo mode. You also have auto mode like quick shot, which means that the drone itself can go around the subject automatically. Many automatic presets that you can try by going in quick shot mode. Or if you want to do a panorama, you have also panorama mode there. Finally, if we go on the top, we have these 3 dots that will give you access to many different settings of the drone. So you can go through all of them. So as you see, there's pages and pages of different settings that usually don't even bother touching them unless you have some issues. Finally, you see over there, there is a 0 with a satellite icon. This is simply showing you how many satellites the drone is currently connected to. If you're inside, as I am, there's a good chance you have 0 satellites because the walls and the concrete of your building is blocking all connection. I always suggest when you're outside to put the drone turned on and wait so that the number over here goes up. The more satellite you have connected, the more precise the drone will be. And also if you want to have the return home feature, well, you will need satellites so that the drone knows where it is on the map. Then we have this number 0000. If you tap on it, you can change it. You're not forced to stay with it. So this will give you how much battery life is left in the drone. So you have the battery in percentage, 85, and over here, how many minutes more the drone can stay in flight. So I may see 20, okay, then 19, 18. So you know that once you reach, let's say 5 minutes, or even let's say sometimes 8 minutes, it's time to come back home to make sure that you have enough battery so the drone comes back to you. Then on the top over here, we have the home button, simply to go back in this menu. And this is the takeoff button that you need to press every time you want the drone to take off. Let me demonstrate how to fly it and use that button. So to take off, you're going to press once on this button and then you're going to press on take off in the middle of your screen. And the drone will automatically, take off and go around 1.5 meters up in the air. So make sure you're doing this in a place where it has space to go up. Let's start with the left joystick. If you push it up and down, you're going to control the altitude of the drone. So it will go up and down. You can also use this joystick to land the drone. So let's say I want to land it right over here. All right. You're going to simply pull it down and keep it down the way I just did. And the drone will land if it's close to the ground. Now this joystick can also make the drone turn left and right on itself. If you go left, you see, it's turning on itself, and same thing on the right side. Its position remain the same, it's just turning. Now let's take a look at the right side joystick. If you push up this joystick, the drone will go forwards, and if you pull it down, the drone will go backwards. If you pull left and right the joystick, the drone will change its position and move in the direction you chose. Now, let me just demonstrate over here. I'll put this remote in sport mode and look at the difference. The drone is moving much faster, and it's very easy to lose control, especially if you're not used to fly the drone. You can adjust the camera with this small rocker over here. And as you see, the camera is now pointing directly downwards. This is great, especially if you don't know if the ground is suitable for the drone to land. And once you want the drone to land, you can use the joystick the way I showed you, or you can press this screen button and then select land, and the drone will simply go down and land. To turn off the drone, press once on the power button and then keep it pressed on the remote control. Then you can turn off your phone or remove it and disconnect it. If you want to turn off the drone once you're done flying, simply take it and do the same thing as on the remote. Press once on the button and then keep it pressed during around 3 seconds, and the drone will shut down. To fold it, you simply have to put back these propeller first, and then at the end the ones with the small hinge sticking out. Thanks for watching. I hope this tutorial was helpful. If so, please take a moment, subscribe, like, comment, and I will see you in the next video.